do whatever I do, and I love to help whatever ways I can with my if I call it a skill or if it's a talent, whatever it is, up to me, it is about just giving. So thank you so much for that introduction, and I'm so excited to be part of your show. Thank you so much for calling me.
Yes, definitely. And this is the second episode, and a very, very, very warm welcome to the Ravi Kumar Nada show. And I know for sure, like I was able to meet you in one of our community wherein I got to introduce to you, and that's when I got to learn so many things from you because you are completely known as a selfless giver, like just doing. And one more thing which you are very, very, very famous is about a fast action taker. The moment you learn something in your life, you're just going to take that massive action. It doesn't matter that whether it is working good or working not, but you are known as that fast action taker as well. Okay, so yes, welcome to this show. So could you share a little bit about your journey, who you were before and who you are today?
Okay. So, yeah, first of all, I just want to start with one statement, which is basically which is in Telugu, but yeah, I just want to tell. Yeah, it is like right now I'm Top, but before that I have no hope. So that means what? Thok means someone who is doing good in their life in Telugu or in Hyderabad basically. So yeah, right now maybe I'm doing good, and you may see here talking and everything. But yeah, before this, a person who has no hope in life, he felt. I mean, because of the people around him, he felt he's not good at anything. He was not a person who can outgo and express whatever he want. That kind of personality Santosh Nimani is. From my childhood, I was being an introvert, very less talkative. I mean, very less talkative. Only I have a very close circle of 2 to 3 friends, and from I mean, I only home and school. Apart from that, here and there, because of my best friends and all, the play and that's it. But I never spoke with anyone. Even there is an incident which I remember where all my classmates of my 10th has surrounded me and asked me, Santosh, why don't you talk to us? Is there any problem with us, or what do you feel, or you feel that we are all villains to you? So that kind of conversation happened with all of my classmates, which I felt so weird. But yeah, life goes on with whatever we are learning in our specific experiences or failures. So yeah, that's how I started my journey in my 10th class. After that, I was there in hostel where I got bullied, I got teased for being less talkative, for being black, for being so skinny, so whatnot. Obviously bullies will take some or other thing in you and will try to make you feel so bad. So that's what has happened in my plus one or intermediate stage, where I felt like why am that's the place where I understood why I'm like this. I always ask this question, means is it only happening to me? Is it why I'm always I don't want to talk to anyone, or I always want just to be with me most of the time? I don't want to go into a lot of crowds a lot. Why I'm like this? Is there any problem with me? But I don't know the exact reason behind why it is happening and all. I went with my flow. I started trying to be outspoken. But in my college days, it felt, I mean, I tried to be going and trying different things, but it is not working out. Means I feel like I'm exhausted. I feel like why I'm doing this. It is not my cup of tea. This is people are actually are always against me for being like that. I felt so horrible at that moment. But yeah, again, life gave me again opportunities. Then, fortunately, unfortunately, I got placed in my first interview where I got, I mean, that's in one of the biggest MNCs in the world. So from there, my job journey or my career started. Again, career started with a big so-called as downfall, because being not able to express myself to my managers, to my leads, and my management. So it made me so horrible. Even though I'm working so hard, even though I'm going on Saturdays, Sundays, I'm working 13 hours, 14 hours as a fresher, but still by the end of that year, I didn't get what I want. Means at least the result or the output what I want. So
Right.
so at that moment again, I felt so horrible. What is happening in my life? Again, the question came up: why me? Why this is only happening to Santosh Nimani? There are
Correct.
a lot of people out there, but yeah, why it's happening to me? So then I introspected. I thought, okay, let me do something which I can do. What are my strengths? I worked on my strengths. Then slowly again, I picked up few things in my career. But yeah, obviously, because being an introvert, I have very less friends. where I got, I mean, again, some of my friends taken advantage on me, and
Mhm.
I got cheated for some money as well. So now
Mhm.
going, I mean, almost I went into a debt of 10 lakhs.
Oh.
I have no one to speak. I cannot tell this to my mom and father. It is very awkward as well. I cannot tell them that I got failed and I got cheated. It's a
Mhm.
very bad thing, because they also feel a lot about it, right? So at that moment I went into a kind of a stage where it's, maybe it is called as depression. A lot of people call it as, but yeah, I locked myself in a room for 3 months. I even couldn't go to my office as well. I don't know why, because maybe I feel that I mean, I was taken advantage of. I was being used, or I don't have money, or I cannot show my face to other people. There are a lot of things. Maybe at that moment, I don't want to go out. So I locked myself in a room for 3 months. Just room means at least food and all. I'm getting over there, but I didn't go to office as well. So I got suspended from that corporate company. But after that, I went to, I don't know what happened. At that moment, one of my cousin called me and spoke with me for a couple of minutes, and I felt okay. I have to try something. So I went to my HR and I spoke with them again, because of some depression or mental issues. I was not feeling well and all. I told something, and I went back to job. So from there again, my journey restarted. Again I started doing something new, so so that I can come out of that particular dilemma, and tried a lot of side hustles, lot of things. But yeah, fortunately I should tell, last year or 1 year back, I got my guru, where I mean, I got a clear path of what I have to do, where I have to reach, and what is my why, or what is my real purpose of living on this planet earth. So this is what my story is about. But yeah, I think I made it so short, but yes, this is what is my story is all about.
Yes, I completely understand, right? As an introvert person, okay, the questions you ask to yourself, that why only me,
Right,
right? Why this is happening to me?
right,
And at the same time, one more question is, why only people take me for granted?
right,
But if you see in a different perspective, that it's not only an introvert person is going to, like, being taken granted. It's also some, there are so many peoples in this world who go on, like, who goes through this kind of a situations. But
right,
as an introvert, they think it's a deepest belief that no, it only happens for to me and everything.
right,
Right. So yes, like 3 months getting into the depression, locking yourself in the room, and not seeing anyone in the social circle, not going to office. What kind of a belief you were going through? Like, what was that one thing which actually told you inside your heart, and then you came out and you started living back the normal life, and you came in front of everyone? What was that like?
okay. When I'm inside, I was telling to myself I'm not good enough. I was not good enough to be in this society. I was not good enough to be in my family. I was not good enough as a human being. So this is what the thing is running in my mind every day. Means maybe I have lost everything now. Means I have lost money. So that means I cannot earn money again. So I cannot do anything in my life. I don't have any skills at that moment. These all things are running. Even though I have a lot of things, but yeah,
Correct.
I have understood that, but later. But yeah, the point is, I felt like this, but no one is there to talk to me as well. So I couldn't even express what I am going through inside my mind. So if I express to someone, they may tell me, Santosh, you have done something over there in your college days or school days. Maybe some or other thing may trigger me. So that's what the biggest thing. A lot of people who are being into this phase of depression, or being an introvert going into depression, there will be no one to talk to them, or
Correct.
I don't want to express to anyone. I don't want to open up about my personal thing or something like that. So that's where the phase I was into. But then I thought, as I told you, I mean, one day I was talking to my cousin. Unfortunately, I got a call from her, because of some, normally we are she pinged me. How because it's been so many years. She just pinged me. She's my,
Mhm.
I mean, my Aika wife.
Mhm.
So she normally pinged me and asked what is going on, Santosh and all. I don't know why I got broke down. Means while I was talking to her, I was crying like a kid,
Oh.
and I told what happened and all. Then she told, Santosh, it's fine, whatever you are. We are all there with you. So she gave me some amount of confidence that, Santosh, you can do. You have already got a job, which is actually you're getting some salary, and
Mhm.
you that if you got a job, that means you are at least some skilled, you are able to convince a person to give you a job, that means there is something in you. So you have to
Correct.
think about what is actually there in you and all. Then I got a click. Okay, so I think she has a logic. So then I started thinking about, okay, I have to come out of this at any cost. So that because I'm feeling so weird because I'm not getting salary as well. I have 10 lakhs of debt, the EMI is coming up. So
Correct.
after 3 months, I mean, obviously my salary will be they will stop me giving salary as well. I
Yes.
got suspended. So that's where I felt, okay, fine, something or the other, at least I have something or some skill I have to do, and I have to maybe at that moment I felt maybe there is a purpose for me to live on this planet Earth. So that's where on that day I took the decision I have to come out of it. Still after that as well, around 4, 5, 6 months, I think 4 to 6 months, I still have that dilemma. Whenever I used to go to office, I used to go early, very early, so that no one comes. I used to leave very late so that everyone leaves. So I
Correct.
used to be like that. So after that, I got some amount of friends. Then again, I coped up with them and all. So that's what happened at that moment.
Great. I know, like when you're saying that what you were going through, that most of them go through the same kind of a thing. They think themselves that I am not good enough.
Right,
Now, why they think in that way? Like, because I see that they think in that way because maybe their parents have been, from during childhood they have told that you're not good enough in studies, you're not good enough in doing anything, you're not good enough in listening to us, you're not good enough. So when you tell to your child from the childhood multiple times, and suddenly if he is going through, or maybe he has stuck in challenges like you got stuck in the challenges, you started talking to yourself that I am not good enough.
right.
But do you think that that one particular situation can prove that you're not good enough or you're good enough? Because that was just a one part and parcel of this particular journey, right?
Right, right,
But
right.
what would you like to tell to the person but who are still stuck in that particular journey? As an introvert, they, like within themselves they start talking about I'm not good enough and everything. What would you like to tell to them?
Definitely. I would add that point, but before that, let us understand what is the reason behind it. What
Yes.
can be the reasons behind it? What are the root causes for this? So after talking to a lot of introverts, especially I was talking to introverts because I know the pain of what they may go through and all. So I have around till now I have interviewed around 50 people. Apart from that, I mean, I have given a webinars, I have done the workshops and all to hundreds of people. So what I understood by them is there are three main reasons for for this specific cause, or for this specific what's it called, mindset for any person. So it can
Correct.
be introvert, it can be extrovert, but there are the three main reasons. One is about the upbringing. So possibly this upbringing is about the parents. So both of their parents are so strict. They are so strict that they don't want their kid not to go out, or there are a lot of restrictions for that kid. So this is in I mean, one more thing is about these parents are not stable. Their relationship is not stable. So because
Mm.
of that, this person will get a lot of distraction. Arey, why my family is like this? Or because of the negative environment around that particular situation, or around him from being a kid. The third, I mean, sorry, in this only again, upbringing. The third thing is about over love. Means some people, some parents will be having a lot of love towards their kids. Means they even don't want them to go out. I mean, I come under third category probably because my mom will love me a lot. She don't
Right.
want right now as well. She will ask me if it is 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. She will ask me, "Beta kaha? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you, my son?" Because she is so protective. She don't want me to go out because she feel that people will actually take advantage of me, bully me, and all.
Yes.
So I mean, in this first upbringing, these are the three different scenarios where I mean, people may get that I mean, instability in their how they are thinking about. The second reason is about the environment. So what is the environment which you are brought up? So maybe if you're in slums, or if you're in a place where lot of disturbance is there, lot of negative things are going around, means
Mhm.
a lot of fights are going around, or a lot of the environment is not good.
It's kind of an abusive environment.
Abusive environment. So because of that also you feel afraid. "Arey, why I mean, I should not go out, or I should not, I should be like this only." So you actually have your own mental barriers at that moment only. So you feel I should not do this. I will have, if I do this, maybe they will abuse me, or that kind of mind, you will obviously set some barriers inside your mind, and you will not come out of it. This is the second main reason, or the main cause of it.
Mhm.
Third is about the comparison. So this is one of the biggest thing in India, especially. Obviously, it can be the relatives, it can be the parents, it can be the society, whoever they are. So people started comparing you with someone else who is good than you. Obviously, they will compare. अरे यार, उसका ग्रेड, शर्मा जी का बेटा का ग्रेड्स अच्छा आएगा. What are you doing?
Yes.
So, I'm just joking about Sharma ji and all. No offense. I'm just telling you just an example. But yeah, this is a comparison where people get affected a lot. Means, if they are doing it, why I'm not able to do? This question hampers me a lot. Even though he is doing good, maybe for example, in my school days and college days, I got around. I'm not so good. I'm not so good in studies. I'm an average student. I got around 80 to 85% on an average in my 10th, and like, plus 1 plus 2 I got good marks, but yeah, in my 10th, 7th and all, I got around 80 is my average. So still, my mom or parents or someone, my relative, used to compare me with one of my cousin. She is very hardworking and she is a topper in her college. So she used to get 95%, 96%. So the comparison comes. Arey, she is doing good. What are you doing? You're not studying. You're a boy. They will be out of, obviously, there are some limitations. If a girl is, you are a boy, you have to settle. There are a lot of expectations on me. And obviously, the relatives, that relatives' pressure will be on parents. Obviously, parents will pressure us because of
Correct.
the comparison, right? So yeah, this is what one of the main reasons where people get into a phase. I'm not good enough. So these are the main reasons. These are the root causes of actually people going into that phase. So now coming to what happens at that moment is there is something called as layers. Means, for example,
Correct.
there is some situation happening in your life. So your day is not good. Probably you lost some money, or you have done something happened to you, and because of it, on top of it, there will be one more layer comes up, which you will be have done 5 years back probably. On top of it, there will be one more thing which happened maybe 10 years back. So you will remember all the things which went wrong for you at that moment. Maybe whatever one thing which is not going good at that moment, but on top of that, we will create some layers. So
You
because of
start
that,
believing in that with that,
exactly,
okay, it has same happened in a few years back as well, or maybe 10 years back, so that's why
exactly.
I'm not good enough, kind of a thing.
Exactly. So that's what the layers put on coming up. It will be. There will be no limit to that. So obviously, if we are actually thinking about one, there is one more reason will be coming up. One more reason, one more. There will be so many reasons. Even whether it is the reason or not, we are not sure. But still, all these layers piles up, and it becomes a monster inside your mind. By the end of the day, you will definitely again and again you keep telling yourself, "I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough." So because of which you're subconsciously training your mind that you are really not good enough. So this is what
Correct.
the reasons, and this is what happens at that moment.
Very, very rightly said about this, Santosh. Like, and thank you for giving that description with the three kind of a mindset, because it's as an introvert, we need to understand this particular thing. That's when we will be able to introspect ourselves and
Right,
thinking, okay, let me go ahead and check what was happened in my childhood. Is
right,
that affecting me? Or
right,
maybe what is about the environment thing and
right,
everything.
right,
And especially in India, we see, Santosh, and especially in Asian countries, that people don't want their child to become what they really love to do or they want to do. For example, right, in the school grades, you rightly said that once maybe he got an average mark, maybe 60% or 70%, but at the same time the neighbor, someone who got 80%, 90%, they start comparing you.
right,
And not only comparing, but at the time of maybe after completing their 10th or maybe 12th, when the actual time comes to go to different streams, maybe science or maybe commerce or different kinds of streams,
right.
but what your parents will think is, she has gone for doctor, why didn't you also apply for a doctor? That's
True,
where the mess happens.
true.
But they fail to understand what kind of weaknesses, what is the strength of my own child. because
right,
the entire life they have seen someone else's child and they just wanted to compare. And that is also one of the reason which I can see, when like they completely compare from other person.
right,
And that's why people, as in we also start comparing that I'm not good enough compared to that person, maybe
right,
the way he dressed up or maybe the way he is talking, each
right,
and everywhere.
right.
So, what was the turning point in your life? Was that the 3 month where you got a lockdown and like you were questioning yourself and everything? Was that the biggest turning point in your life, or a breakthrough moment, or there was any other breakthrough moment which you
Okay.
would like to share?
So for me, every year probably gives me a breakthrough moment. But yeah, I mean everything actually. I mean right now I'm able to relate or connect the dots back, because whatever I am, everything is made. Everything whatever happened in my past made me like this. So but yeah, to understand this, I should tell one thing is about maybe. I mean, what is the biggest transformation which I should tell? Because one of the biggest transformation everyone will get is about the realization part. So everyone
Hmm.
will go in the flow, but no one realizes that what they're doing, what is that's called self introspection, or we even call it self acceptance. Self introspecting yourself and going into a thing called as self acceptance means whoever you are, accepting whatever happened in your past, it's okay for me. So this phase basically came for me almost a few months back or year back. I can tell, because I should tell this over there, whoever watching it live or recorded, because of my guru, because of my mentors. Because yeah, by the end of the day, someone, if you are someone, obviously there should be the I mean, I should, how can I actually define this? If you are
There
over
should be someone who has already done or to
here,
guide you the
exactly,
direction.
means they have already walked that path. So
Yes.
now obviously they can tell what is going to happen in the next point,
Hmm.
right? So they can guide you so that you will not go into that path, and you will be ready if you are going to that path or whatever. And you will actually see, I mean, you can see that path, I mean, whatever the obstacles which are coming, and you will be ready for that. I'm not telling I can change the path, but same path only, but I will be ready with the obstacles what I'm going through. So now, because yeah, thanks to my guru, Dev Gadvi. So I mean, I should be always wherever he is, whether it is watching it or not. Even I should thank my mentor, Som ma'am, and I mean other mentors as well, Anju ma'am and Amul sir, because I mean Dev sir has given a path to me, where for that giving a proper guidance and all, I should thank Som ma'am for this, because she actually asks a kind of questions where I always feel like, yeah, Santosh, this question is to be asked for yourself. This is where you are stuck. So I mean, she always used to pick that point for me, and she used to ask me questions, proper questions at a proper timing. So that timing is also so powerful. Where I used to ask myself right now as well. That questions are so powerful. Even though I'm feeling down, or I feel something bad or something, immediately I will pick up that questions what she asked at that moment, and I will ask, okay, so if I mean she asked the same question at that moment, if I ask this question over here, what might happen? So what is my answer right now? So that kind of power I got right now, because as I told you, I'm so grateful to my mentors and my gurus, because without which I cannot understand on which direction I'm going through. I used to go blindly because I don't know what I love. So I used to, because I feel that I'm not good enough. So I want to try everything. I mean, after coming out of that phase, as I told you, I have done a lot of side hustles. I went through the sales of real estate. I have built a website where I can actually write reviews for movies. After that, I have done 3 to 4 couple of things, but I never felt that this is one thing I want to do. This is one thing which I am so passionate about. So thanks to my gurus, thanks to my mentors, where they made me realize that, okay, Santosh, you have to actually choose what you love if you want to go for long term. So you told about massive actions and all in the starting, but that the reason behind all massive actions is I love what I do. So I don't. I mean, even a lot of people ask me, Santosh, you work on Saturdays, Sundays. Right now, today is Sunday. You're telling there is a talk show. What are you doing and all? I always tell them I enjoy what I'm doing. So obviously, even though it is Sunday, even though it is, I mean, holiday, even though it is festival day, I don't even think about it, because I'm loving it. If I'm
Yes.
not loving it, obviously I may feel, अरे यार आज भी work करना है क्या? So that point comes into my mind. But yeah, if you are loving what you're doing, I mean, nothing matters. Even though it is 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, doesn't matter. Even for me as well, the same thing. But yeah, I will take my own breaks. I will take my own things as well, because I'm not a machine. I'm a human being. So we take our own breaks. We take time. I take my me time and all. So that's what is happening at. That's what is about my turning point. And yes, that is a major setback for me, because to know what I love to do is major setback, because otherwise maybe I may lose my confidence, or I may get into phase again that I'm not good enough. Probably this gave me confidence that okay, Santosh can do something, and he can. That's where you also told me that about giving and all. Again, it is not which I'm doing it. It is coming naturally to me. Means I want to do something on my own, so I can help someone with my talent and all, or skill whatever I have. So that's what it is coming naturally to me, and it is giving me confidence as well. Okay, I have helped
Yeah.
someone. That gives me fulfillment.
Great, great. And what is the biggest struggle do you think as an introvert people go through, especially in offices and everywhere, like in the corporate world or maybe in the office world as a working professionals, and how they can overcome it?
Okay, so first of all, being in career, I was into career mentorship and all, so I understood one thing. Again, the same question comes up: comparison. And this one more question is about, even though they're working very hard, because introverts have a nature, they will not talk any toxic talks. They don't spread
Mhm.
rumors. They are not buttering their bosses and all. So they're not like that. They own their own business. Whatever you give to them, they will work on it with whatever skill
Yes,
they have, and they will just be with their own zone. They will not even socialize. They will even not network properly. So because of which, what is happening is, so obviously IT world, or a corporate world, is always you have to network with people. So if you're not networking, you're out of the game. So now what happens is, even though they're working hard, they're not able to reach that particular expectation which they have in their mind. Obviously, if you're working so hard, you're not getting promotion, or if you're not actually getting what you expected, so you feel so bad, and your confidence levels go even more worse, and you feel
correct.
even more enough that I'm not good enough, right? So these are, again comparison comes. Obviously someone is not working good, or I'm not telling that they're not working good, but obviously if they're not as good as these people, they feel, Arey, yaar, he's not working to the level of mine, so why he is getting it? So things comes up, and again they go into a zone of their own, not talking to anyone. They will be even more going into a phase where I may not do better. I think this is what I was being written or something. I will be like this only. So they will be
Mhm.
having their own barriers, that I am
They
like.
start believing in themselves the same thing
Exactly.
because
They,
of
they
others.
believe that they are shy. They cannot come out. They cannot express. I will be like this only. Whatever I get, I will be like this only. I cannot get promotions with this and all. So this is what happens when being an introvert in career. While I was talking to a lot of people as well, these are the some limiting beliefs which they have, and this is what my understanding for being an introvert in corporate world.
So how one can become like come out of that shyness and start socializing as an introvert in especially in career.
Okay. So for that, again, the question of the topic of the day is about, can introvert become an extrovert?
Correct.
So this question actually relates to your question. So for this, there is, I should tell. So a lot of people even ask me. So in my career as well, I want to actually extrovert. I want to be an extrovert. I want to socialize. I want to actually talk to my managers, bosses like this. I want to actually so proactive and all. So is there any capsule, Santosh, you can give me, so that I can become in one day I can become an extrovert? They asked me this. I was like, okay, capsule you want? Okay.
The
For that,
magic pill.
yeah, magic pill. In one day, I will become. Next day, I will be so energetic. I will go out and I will socialize and all. So the truth is, there is no magic pill as such. Please don't believe in it. Again, introversion, extroversion, both are of two different characters. It's
Yes.
okay to be introvert. It's okay to be introvert. See, if you see the leaders out there, whoever are been the global leaders out there, you can talk about Bill Gates, you can talk about Mark Zuckerberg, you can talk about Elon Musk. If you come to India, you can talk about I mean, Sundar Pichai. You can talk about, there are a lot of Indian leaders as well. You can talk about Rahul Dravid. You can talk about Mahendra Singh Dhoni. So these are all people are very less talkative. but they actually show what they are. So it's all about, first of all, understanding who you are. So first point is about self introspection. So I even have a 7 step powerful framework. So that's what
Mhm.
I'm going to mention that in the book as well, in my Rise of Proud Introvert. So there is a 7 step process to actually understand who you are. From there, what you can work on. From there, if you work, what happens. From there, what else you, I mean, how you can work on your weaknesses and add into your particular so-called as mind. And then you become, being an introvert, you will be proud of who you are. So for that, the first step is about introspection, means understanding who you are, first of all. What are you up to? Then next goes to self acceptance. Whatever it has happened, as I told you, it's okay. Whatever it is, it's okay. Just accept that. Whatever failures, whatever experiences, whatever happened in your life, accept it, it's fine. Being an
Mhm.
introvert doesn't mean that you are out of the world. There are around 40% of this population, world population, is being introverted. And I mean, you are not alone. Even I was also introvert. Right now I'm talking because just to tell what is there with my experience. Even I think Raviji is also a kind of
Yeah,
introvert, used to be an introvert and all. But
correct.
still, we talk because to tell what is the truth. That's it. Whatever is my experience, I'm just trying to talk, right? I mean, so now after accepting yourself, now you have to understand what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses. So
Mm.
obviously, accepting yourself is okay. That's good. Now you have to understand what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. Then you have to use your strengths first. Because if you start using your strengths, you will get some confidence. Building yourself. Next step is about building self confidence by using your strengths.
Correct.
Now next is about working on yourself. Means accepting the failures. So once you started building your confidence, you will get a lot of failures in your life. It's not like you get confidence and you will get success. No, you will get failures, and you have to accept, and you should be having that resilience in your mind, in your heart, that okay, let me fail and let me learn something out of it. So that's where one more step is about accepting your failures or working on your failures. Then working on your weaknesses is also one more thing. See, for introverts, some things which are missing or some things you can work on is about public speaking skills,
Mm.
or the way which you I mean, this comes under everything, like the way which you communicate to people. Public speaking doesn't mean you have to stand on stage and you have to talk with people. That is not public speaking. That's not only public speaking. Public speaking can be a one-on-one conversation as well, or it can be you are talking with your friends as well, or you are trying to network with some people. So this public speaking means, if you are right now as well, I'm talking to Raviji, this is also public speaking,
Correct.
right? He's a public, right? I'm talking to him, even though it is one on one, it's a public speaking. So a lot of people has this myth, public speaking means standing on stage giving it to thousands of people and all. No, that's a skill which you can learn. So it doesn't require you are, whether you are an introvert, extrovert, or anything. It requires some tactics. Public speaking is all about tactics. So you will learn some hacks, how actually you can deliver, how, what all things you will be. I mean, that's about, again, introverts. One of the biggest advantages, they are best analyze. They can analyze better, and they are the best. They have the best preparation beforehand. So public speaking is all about, again, preparation. You will be having some beforehand only. You will be having some templates what to talk. Everything will be preset, and you go and deliver whatever you want. So yeah, the public speaking you can learn, or anything which is missing probably is about writing, because a lot of people, I believe in it. So whenever you are going through something negative, if you put it on paper, and if you actually express your feelings at least on the paper, if you're not able to express to anyone, your burden will go down, and you will understand,
Journaling, right?
right, you will understand the pattern of what is going on in your mind.
Yes.
Even recently, I asked in my LinkedIn as well regarding this poll. Means, how many of you believe if writing can reduce your stress or anything like that? But a lot of people ask me, can writing reduce the stress? Yeah, it can, but it depends on what exactly you're writing. If you're writing negative, probably it will increase your stress more. But if you're understanding what is a pattern which is going through in your mind and write it, being an introvert, I cannot express to anyone. At least I can express on paper, right?
Paper, right?
That's a hack. You can use it. You can write it on paper and expressing, I'm not feeling like this, so I have to work on this. So now whatever you have written on paper, now you have to tell the opposite to yourself. This is preparing yourself, building that resilience mindset. Being an introvert, I mean, obviously people will be there to motivate you. There are good people as well, but I'm telling you, having that resilience inside you means writing something when you are feeling I'm not good enough in physical activity. then tell that I want to be big, I want to be fit. So you have to tell the opposite to whatever you have written to yourself every day, or at that moment only you can tell, yes, I can do it, yes, I can do it. So that's what I have done in my life. And last but not least is to actually get the explore, or we can impact people as well. See, one more thing which I felt a lot of people get, maybe a lot of people get fulfillment, or I'm not sure, but yeah, whenever someone gives you compliment, or when someone tells you that, Santosh, you are doing great in your life and thank you so much for helping me, even though it is
Hmm.
small help or big help, whatever. So I call it as impact. So the last stage in the 7 step process
Yes.
is about impact. Means it gives you self satisfaction of, okay, with my talent, I can help someone. So it gives me confidence as well. Okay, I can do something which people are actually telling me, Santosh, thank you so much. So this is, I call it as impact. The last stage of 7 step process which I was mentioning is about impact. Means, yeah, you have to impact people's life so that it get back. I mean, again, it gives you confidence. I don't know whether they will help me or not. That doesn't matter for me, because if I'm helping them, I'm understanding that, okay, I'm good enough in that particular phase. Means, okay, I can do that. I can do that. I got some confidence from there. So I'm actually borrowing confidence in this way slowly. Maybe it will be useful for them. I mean, I always tell this to my mentees as well. Like, even though, I mean, for you, for example, I will give an example as well, the impacting example. Opposite to my home, my one of my I mean neighbors, they will keep a pot outside their home, big pot with a lot of water. So I mean, every day cows or dogs come over that our road and all. They will just, there is a big tree over there. So they will just stand and they will drink some water from that particular pot.
Hmm.
So it doesn't matter to you whether you are actually giving water or not, but that water matters to them,
Hmm.
right? Maybe that water is maybe a normal water, you are using tap water which has been wasted, or you want to just put it, but yeah, it doesn't matter to you whether you are giving it or not.
Correct.
It doesn't matter, but that matters to that cows or dogs or anything. In the same way, in the human beings as well, it doesn't, even though you are going to any hotel, they are working so hard and you give 30 rupees or 50 rupees, maybe the 30 rupees, 50 rupees, or 20 rupees or 10 rupees doesn't matter to you, but that particular thing, or 10 rupees, 20 rupees, or whatever you give as a tip, matters to them. So if you see that angle, obviously you also feel that, okay, I can also impact with small things. A lot of people think that, array, I have to donate, I have to do that, this. No, nothing. You just actually, whenever you go for, if you feel someone is working so hard, when someone is helping you to get the order, you may think they are working, but yeah, if they helped you with something else, you can help them with at least giving, I mean, advice, even not money as well, giving an advice in their career probably with your experience, or telling what you have done in your life, that is also help. So that also actually helps for them, even though it doesn't matter to you, maybe it may matter to them, right? So that's what I believe. Maybe that's what is giving me confidence. I don't know whether it is giving me, whether I don't actually think about what other people are giving me, but it gives me immense amount of confidence that I can do it. So
Yes.
yeah,
That's immense, like confidence, and not only confidence, but that inner satisfaction is there
right,
by doing that small act of greatness, like
right,
impacting small people, that one day it will become a huge jar of full of things which you have done for the people and everything. And the same, the universe works in that way, right? When you give more, that's how, like, in return you will receive more.
right,
It depends what you're giving. If you're giving like more good things into the world, definitely you will you're going to get the good things back.
right,
And I was also shocked, like when I was researching about introverts and everything. Now, what they talk to themselves as a person, that needs to be changed,
right,
because they think that I'm a loser, I'm not good enough and anything. Now everyone in as an introvert, I want you guys to associate yourself with a different kind of a people. So Santosh ji, like Santosh has already told you that all great thought leaders are also an introvert.
right,
Steve Jobs, Bill Gates. There are so many people who are millionaires and billionaires. They are also an introvert. So associate yourself with them and start like talking to yourself, affirm yourself that you are good enough. And you also told about journaling. That
right,
is also a very great thing. I also talk to my mentees and tell them that you need to journal whatever is going through over here, you can just write it down on the paper.
Right.
Sometime if you think that someone cheated you, someone hurted you, or maybe the day was not right, just write it down and then burn that paper.
Right.
That psychology effect is there,
Right.
that yes, you have not done anything wrong, but you done like from your part. Now coming to this, like what are your top three limiting beliefs which was blocking your success, and how did you overcome that?
Okay. My first thing is about I cannot be a public speaker. One of my biggest limiting belief is I Santosh cannot be a public speaker. He cannot deliver anything on or any place because my English is horrible. I came from a very small town. My English marks are also very horrible. My still that is one of my lowest of all the subjects. So I mean I mean my mom used to send me tuition from sixth class for all the English, but I didn't get a good proper pronunciation or maybe with the grammatical part. I'm not at all good at. I mean English is not for me actually. So I'm a great fan of mathematics. So I always do love doing mathematics. So whatever subjects you take, mathematics is my favorite. Okay, so that is one of the highest scoring subjects for me. But yeah, English is one of the lowest scoring, and I hate actually talking English. I used to be. So one of my biggest belief is being an introvert. I cannot be a public speaker. Not only Santosh, but being an introvert, I don't want to talk to people. I'm getting exhausted by actually talking to people. I feel that I'm a very bad public speaker and I don't want to do public speaking. Then I understood that. I felt, I mean, I joined one of the course about public speaking. I felt like, okay, let's try. First of all, maybe from there I can learn something. So in Hyderabad, there is one person who is one of the top public speakers. He's Saurabh Charya. So I joined him for the first time in my life. I have invested in my self development at the first time to that only. It's been 1.5 years. So then I understood, okay, public speaking is not so tough. I felt like, okay, this Santosh can also do now. Okay, let's try this. So I started doing it. So this is one of the biggest, I mean, breakthrough for me at that moment. It's about introvert, not only introvert. Santosh, first of all, Santosh cannot be a public speaker. As I told you, horrible English. I mean, I still remember when I was in 10th class, I went on a first debate competition because of my friend. I went to competition because I was feeling horrible. Means whether why I'm not able to do this, all the people are going and talking over there, why I'm not able to do it. So I just went to participate in that. I still remember how I was terrified. My legs are shivering, my hands are shaking, and my voice is actually breaking because of that, because of the fear inside. People are laughing at me. I still
Yeah.
remember the sounds around me, the people around me, what I'm doing. I don't know. That particular incident actually was registered in my mind in such a way that what happened at which class as well. Right now, if I go to that my old school as well, I know which class is been that particular incident. So that particular incident is been in my mind. So now that is what one of the biggest, I mean, disbelief or I can call it as limiting belief, which I used to have. But yeah, I have worked upon my public speaking skills. I believe that I'm doing good right now. I worked on a lot of things right now. I believe
Yes.
I'm doing good.
Great. And apart from that, any other limiting beliefs which
Yeah.
happen to be?
Yes. The second limiting belief is all about, again, I am not good at anything. Means I used to feel that Santosh, what is your skill? You just go to your office, work whatever is given, come back to home. But I mean, but what happened is once in my college days, I still remember that how I have broken that myth is, or that particular thing is, I started actually, two incidents made me realize that I am good in something. One is once in my college days, some seminars and all in engineering, we used to ask people, professors used to ask. I gave a seminar. So one seminar, I mean, I gave two seminars. The first seminar which I gave was I got a very huge appreciation from my faculty. Not only faculty, all my friends told me, Santosh, you have given an unbelievable, I mean, lecture because everyone are talking what is there in your textbook, but I have taken a different view about what is there in that particular topic. So my professor also got, I mean, my lecturer got, I mean, stunned by actually listening to whatever I told. So he told me, Santosh, you have a very great teaching skills. So is there your mother or father into teaching and all? Yeah, my mom is into teaching. So maybe you got something from there. So that in one incident realized that okay, I'm good at teaching. So
You can
after
do
that,
better.
yeah, after that I started in my second year of my career, I started blogging. So
Mm.
I just doing for just doing out of I mean curiosity, means I was trying to, I got some idea into my mind, I thought writing something. Then my friend told, okay, why don't you do a blog, create a blog in WordPress. At that moment we used to have Word, I mean right now also we have, but yeah, WordPress is so famous at that moment. He told me, okay, take one website or blog website and you do it. So I started writing. So then he told, Santosh, this you are writing a very good article and you have very good amount of writing skills as well. So I felt okay, fine. This is also one thing which I have. So incident by incident, I am understanding what I'm good at, what I can
Yeah.
actually deliver. So this is one more limiting belief, that I am not good enough. But yeah, once I go back and introspect, I can understand what I'm good at, what are my strengths. So now third but not least, limiting belief is all about Santosh cannot do anything in life, cannot achieve anything.
Mm.
Means he will be like this only.
He
Means
cannot become better at all.
yeah, he cannot become better. Again, the second and third have a slight difference. Second is believing because of the past it happened that I am not good enough to do anything. But third is about I cannot achieve anything, means in future I'm not able to do anything because of my environment or because of my old self beliefs, because of being an introvert. I felt that okay, fine, maybe I'm not able to talk. That means I cannot achieve anything, I will be like this only. I will be whatever is been given to me, I will be whatever, I will do it. And one more thing is, in my college days or school days, I actually got a very good thing about in badminton. So I used to love playing badminton. But yeah,
Mm.
because of the family situation, because of things, I couldn't tell to my mom at that moment, Mom, I want to go to play badminton. So obviously, society especially in South India, I mean, especially in South India, education is the primary source, not only
Yes.
source, only source people believe in. You will get income and you will get settled. But yeah,
Successful in life, that means you have to be well
yeah,
educated.
you should be educated and you should be having a good degree and you should be working in a great MNC and all. So now the third is about I will be like this only. Maybe I cannot do anything in my life. I will be working in a job or I will be working with some salary, whatever I get. So I used to have this belief in my, I mean, in my school days, not college days at least, but I used to have this belief. Being an introvert, because of the environment which I used to, because of comparison, I used to feel, Santosh, you cannot go long way. You will be just a person who will just be like this. Because of that, I understood I should not think like this. In my colleges, I felt like, okay, this is not the way which I should be. So I don't want to be like this. So then I started working on myself. Then I started thinking, exploring myself in different ways and all. But yeah, the third limiting belief will be actually making you even more weaker, because if you feel that you cannot achieve anything, you cannot get success, you cannot think what you want. Means I even have a strong belief, I used to have a strong belief that people think that think big, people used to think big. I used to feel it's a crap, man. How I can think big? I mean, in my seventh or eighth, I used to feel people used to. I used to read quotes and all in my inter as well. I feel think big means I want Lamborghini at this moment. Can you give me? But I used to feel like that. Means that's what my limiting belief is normally.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know that there is a process to do it. So then obviously I started work. I mean, understanding that think big means for long term you have to think big and work on it, right? So that particular, I mean, that limiting belief, and I don't know that I mean, that's what I used to believe. I mean, why thinking big if I'm not able to do it, right? So yeah, this is one more limiting belief. And yeah, on money as well, I used to think, because of my environment and all, people used to be calling money minded and all, means okay, they are money minded, money is not good and all. But yeah, I mean I understood that money is not the cause, money is not evil, but people are. So yeah, this is one more limiting belief which I used to have.
That's correct. And when you were talking about thinking big, that time I also realized, because that was a major shift in my life as well. Because I read that quote from Donald Trump, right?
Mm.
When you have to think anyway, so why not think big?
Right.
That made me a huge impact, that it is going to take the same amount of energy, same amount of thoughts,
Right.
to think that small thing or maybe think big.
Right.
So we have one life, give it a shot. Why
Right.
don't think big?
Right.
And that's when like everything started changing. I started exploring myself in the self development, and now like I cannot go ahead and think small then.
Right. Yeah. That's what is
Because
happening with me as
yeah, right, and that made a huge impact in me as well.
well.
Good.
Right.
Now we are coming to our end of this show, but before that, I have some interesting questions to you. Okay,
Sure.
so which is your favorite food as a Santosh Nimani? Like, which is one which you love and you just love it, and why is that?
Okay. Have basically, I used to be a foodie. I used to eat everything. I used to eat everything. Um, I mean, I'm a great fan of actually idli. Idli, I don't know. From my childhood days, I was a great fan of idli. Whenever idli is been there, I eat it a lot from my childhood. Idli only. So yeah, that is one of my favorite food, and obviously biryani. Why means there is no reason behind it. Probably from my childhood days, my mom is a working professional. I mean, she is a teacher,
Mhm.
so she used to go to school and all in the morning. So there will be actually a shop nearby our home who used to sell idlis.
Okay.
So what my because my mom has to go to her school and all, what she has to do is she used to get that idlis from the shop every day from my child. I still remember every day idli only, every day idli. So I mean, even that guy who used to sell idlis is also so tasty. He's so famous in that area. So maybe because of that, I got habituated to this idli concept, I believe.
Good, good. I know, like the audience who might be listening, maybe live or maybe in the recording, they might have like started their mouth started watering now when we talk
Yeah,
about
maybe.
idlis and South Indian dishes. Good. Now the second question for you is Santosh, who is your ideal in your life?
um, for this question, basically, I have a lot of people, but I should tell a person who, I mean, maybe he's one or two people I was looking into. One is
Mhm.
I always feel Mahendra Singh Dhoni, because
Mhm.
I mean, somewhere I felt like, okay, this guy is like me a little bit. Means he's so calm and he used to be like a small town boy, never has a good thing and all. After watching his movie, I still remember whenever I go to his movie, I used to cry because I can relate to his story a lot. So yeah,
Right.
so that's where he's one of my ideal. I mean, I can call him because of his story. I got connected to him a lot and his journey as well, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. And yeah, I mean, apart from that, there are a lot of other people as well, like Ratan Tata. Ratan Tata is one more which I admire him a lot by seeing how he is, how I mean how ground to I mean down to earth he is. And yeah, my mother and father, obviously, by seeing them itself, I was grown up. I should not forget them because they are, I mean, the values which I have are being inculcated because of them. So I even feel they are my ideal. So these are three persons or four persons in my life which I look into them and I look up to them and feel okay. I also should be like that.
Great, great, great. And the third question for you is what is that one mistake you ask this audience, and especially who is an introvert, to avoid in their life?
Okay. So I believe, I strongly believe whatever happened is happened for your good. I mean, my mentor Somam also used to ask me this question. Santosh, can you change it? No, he can't change it. And one more question she used to ask. Santosh, okay, let me ask you one more question. So whatever happened in your life, right now you are standing over here. Is it because of that whatever happened in your past or not? That is
Hmm.
yes. Maybe I always tell not mistake, but yeah, I always tell to people accept who you are. It's okay to be like that. I mean, there is nothing called as perfect human being. There is nothing called as he is doing good or not. So I should tell you, don't believe that the situation whatever you are is will be the same every time.
Correct.
So so in my childhood days, there are a lot of people who are doing very great in their life. Means they are toppers and all. Right now they are, I mean, I'm not telling they are bad, or then they'll be in a different zone. But right now, if
Mhm.
I'm coming over here and speaking over here in Ravi Nadaji show, that means maybe I'm doing little bit better than whatever I am. So yeah,
Correct.
it depends on situation. At that moment, you are not good, but there will be situation where you will be actually proving yourself. So maybe believe in yourself and accept who you are and work on yourself.
Yes, definitely. See, no one has born perfect and no one will be perfect because
Right.
everyone been made unique, right?
Right.
You cannot show someone who is similar or maybe like same to same, like who looks like Santosh
Right.
Nimani or
Right.
maybe like me or maybe anyone else. You cannot show anyone who has the same fingerprint.
Right.
No, because there is a reason why you have been made, and the
Right.
day when you will know that particular reason, that day you will like reborn and
Right.
accept yourself.
Right.
Maybe because I see this is also one of the biggest shift I made in my life, and this I teach my mentees as well. As every morning when you do your gratitude exercise, after that stand in front of the mirror,
Right.
love yourself,
Right.
tell yourself that I love your, like I like myself, I like myself.
Right.
See each and everything in your body. See your eyes. If you have eyes to see, you need to be grateful for that. Love yourself. You have a good nose, you have lips, hair, everything. Just love yourself the way you are first.
Right.
Because what happens is, in today's social media's world, what happens is people start comparing that I'm not beautiful than that particular
Right.
girl, I'm not handsome with that particular, like compared to that person, and they start hating. But end
Right.
of the day, they are not hating others, they are hating themselves, so that's why they are hating others. So
Right.
first love yourself, because once you start loving yourself, accept who you are, it's okay.
Right.
Everyone has gone through some of the other challenges. I am sitting over here, I've been gone through a lot of challenges.
Right.
That is what shaped me who I am right now.
Right.
During childhood, I was nowhere. Like if someone there used to be a lot of competition in school, I never participated in competition because I was afraid what other people will judge.
Right.
I was studying in English medium, I never spoke a word of English. So whatever happened in your life, it has happened for me, not to me.
Right.
Similar to you, the situation which has happened and you've been to that depression, the 3 month. Just think about it, that what if that would have not happened? Then
Right.
you would have not been in this particular journey
Right.
where you are actually helping people who are introvert to be and tell themselves as a proud introvert and help them to become a better version of themselves.
Right. Right.
So people in the audience who are watching live and also the recording, if you are introvert, it is okay, because more than 70 to 80% of people in this world are introvert. And the best thing about introvert is they are the one who are the thought leaders and highly successful.
Yeah.
So cheers for that. You need to be proud yourself as an introvert. And there
Right.
is nothing wrong. So my now the extrovert people might be thinking, so what about extrovert? It's absolutely fine. So everyone is unique. Okay. You do
Right.
not have to think. So everyone has some of the great weaknesses, some of the great strengths. Okay. For example, as an introvert, their weakness might be someone else's strong point,
Right.
or maybe extroverts weaknesses might be introverts strong point,
Right.
right? So everyone is unique, and always believe in yourself.
Right.
So I just want to like any last thoughts you would like to tell the audience, Santosh?
Yeah. Anyways, I just want to add a point over here. What you told about gratitude and all. I mean, a lot of people. I have a myth. One more thing is about why I should talk about I love you and all. So I used to feel that why this all things happening. So what I have changed the way how I used to believe in, and I just want to add last point is about. So as you told, believe in yourself. I mean, a lot of people tell this believing in yourself, but yeah, whenever you are talking to yourself or the mirror or anything, I have changed some new perspective or a new way which I can actually be thankful for whatever I have. So every day, whenever I am getting fresh, it can be at 8, 9, night as well. I used to go to God. Maybe you believe in it or not, I don't know, but yeah, believe in there is some power, right? At least universe, God,
Yes.
whatever, it's okay. So I every time right now as well, I always go to God and tell thank you so much, God. Thank you so much for giving this life, and I am so grateful for this. And I don't ask anything like I want that, I want money and all, because I believe it's a business. I don't want to do business with God. I tell I mean, I tell this to my mom. Why are you doing business with God? What is God stealing? She will tell, I
Or
will
maybe
give
some
you.
people blackmail that if you
Ah,
get my things done, I will give you this and that.
yeah, she tell that upavas karo and all, you will get a very good amount of success. I was like, what is this? This is a business. You don't do business with God. I tell him. I mean, I always pray to God that give me strength for whatever is happening in my life. So just give me strength, because I cannot change anything in my life. Even though I ask him, maybe subconsciously I will get positive result, but give me strength to fight against whatever is coming across me. So
Right.
I always tell, and thank you so much for giving me, and I'm sorry if I have something that, I mean, if I have done something wrong. So these are the three statements which I tell to God every day. So at least it is actually not only for God, it is telling to myself as well. Means it's okay,
Hmm.
whatever I have, whatever I am being right now, it's been because of that. So yeah, I am talking to, I will actually add this point, so that some power may be listening to us, or we are listening to ourselves. So that's what happens in my life, and that's what I do in a point of gratitude.
Great, great. So, how one can connect with you? Like, if someone, as an introvert, he wants to become a better version of himself. So, how can one connect with you?
Okay, so again, the point lies, I will not convert introverts into extroverts. Okay, I can actually make a person, or we are working on this. So whoever you are an introvert. So how you can become a proud introvert? Means whatever
Yes,
strength, whatever, being an introvert, it's okay, as I told you. Now how you can become proud of whatever you are. So for that you have to work on some skills, and you have to actually use I mean, some techniques and all. So yeah, for that, one thing is, you can connect me in social media, where I think is the links have been given.
the link has not been given,
Okay,
but yes, once the recording is done, then definitely we will be uploading in the comment section,
okay, okay, fine. So
so
yeah,
they can go through the comment section.
or you can search me in, I mean, you can search in Google Nimmani Santosh, whatever the name which is been there over here. You can find all my social media links, where you can connect with me. And right now, as it the book is been coming up, it is also I mean, I don't call it as a book, because I call it as a booklet, or it's a kind of workbook, where we are going to give some exercises. We are going to give some practical ways to actually do what we are being taught. So I am
Mhm.
going to, yeah, we are, I mean, that's how the book is been written. And even every chapter will be having some exercises. Every chapter will be definitely make you understand what you are, where you are. And there will be a status where you can understand where you are, where you can go and all. So that's how we are working on this book. That's where we are taking some time, but yes, by the end of the day, this book cannot be just a book to read. It should be a booklet or a workbook, where you can carry every day, or you can carry with you for long term in your life, so that it will not make you go here and there. It will be keep you on focus. So yeah, that's what I can tell. And I'm so excited for the book launch, and I'm so excited for the things what is going right now, because I am on a mission to transform 10 million lives. So it's not easy, basically. So I know that it is going to take a long game or a long term thing, but yes, we are actually working on it.
Definitely, and you are going to soon achieve that thing, because I, as a person, know like where you have come from and the kind of a you yourself has been transformed, and right now you are in the journey to transform other introvert to become as a proud introvert, and that itself is a like that small impact which you have started giving now. It has becoming like what we say, that it's kind of a compound affecting ways. Good. And when can this listeners and audience can expect your book? Maybe any date you have
So
decided?
right now we are expecting this on Jan 9th, but yeah, there is some because of the lockdown things and all, here and there
Mhm.
we are juggling with the dates, because lockdown and all still affected a lot of businesses. Again, the third wave kind is moving ahead here and there. So yeah, we are right now, the expected days is Jan 9th. So that's what January 9th. But yeah, obviously we will be revising the dates if possible. But yes, if you want, you can follow me on social media, on all the social media profiles. We are so actively giving the updates, or we are so actively telling what is happening and all.
Good. So, guys, so It was a wonderful conversation. I just enjoyed it, and at the same time, I also learned so many things from. And every time I meet some of the other guests in my show, the first thing what I do is I become a student of them, because whatever experience they have been gone through, the mistakes, the sharing, and everything, I get to learn something, and I improve myself every day by day. So thank you so much for coming on the Ravi Kumar Nara show. So it was a wonderful conversation, and people who wants to get connected with Santosh, he is very active in social media. You can see him in Instagram, in LinkedIn, and in Facebook, and also he has his own talk show as well. And what is the talk show's name?
The Stories of Hope Introvert Special.
Stories of Hope Introvert Special. So if you enjoyed this episode, you can go and watch the next episode. Maybe you can watch Stories of Hope next episode, wherein you will start introspecting yourself by asking the questions and different conversation. Okay. So thank you so much. See you soon in the next episode. Till that time, take care. Goodbye.
Bye.